Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Sophie Erber.
And I'm Tim Seaman. After weeks of health officials warning of a potential fourth wave of the pandemic, Iowa's daily case counts have dropped.
South Dakota and Nebraska are also seeing some encouraging downward trends in cases. It's our top story now at 6. According to the New York Times COVID-19 database, Iowa's daily COVID cases fell 9% from this time 2 weeks ago.
However, hospitalizations rose 7% during that same period.
Similarly, Nebraska's daily case counts fell 23%, but hospitalizations rose 13%. South Dakota saw cases decline about 14%, but hospitalizations there increased as well, 16%. Health experts say that hospitalization numbers tend to lag behind the current case counts.
A major contributing factor to the decline in daily COVID cases is the fact that Iowans, for the most part, are getting vaccinated. In an effort to further encourage participation, Iowa Lieutenant Governor Adam Gregg and Super Bowl champion Dallas Clark both received their shots in Sioux City today. It was Gregg's first dose, while Clark got his final shot of the Pfizer vaccine. The pair gathered at a Hy-Vee pop-up vaccination site at the Siouxland Expo Center. As you can see, several community leaders also came along to express the importance of getting a vaccine. Statistically, more women are getting their shots than men.
We're not here to force anybody to do anything. We're here to lay out the facts and persuade folks that this is the right thing to do and that it's really a very simple and safe thing to do that's incredibly effective at slowing down the COVID-19 virus.
Now, Hy-Vee continues to offer vaccinations, and Lieutenant Governor Gregg says that they are available to anyone who wishes to get one.
The Iowa Medical Examiner's Office has released the cause of death of the 17-year-old girl who died at a hog confinement building. Officials ruled the death of Victoria Marie Paralerdo accidental from carbon monoxide poisoning. Paralerdo was found unconscious Monday night in the building near Sway City. She was helping clean that facility. A power washer was being used near where Paralerdo was working, and poor ventilation caused her to be overcome by the exhaust fumes.
Following the deaths of 2 Anamosa State Penitentiary workers, Iowa Democratic leaders are calling for more funding to help staff and upgrade corrections across the state. Nurse Lorena Schulte and Corrections Officer Robert McFarland were killed during that attempted escape. Lawmakers toured the prison today, seeing firsthand what that facility needs in order to prevent similar tragic accidents.
I am beside myself when I go into a cell block that has 300 offenders in it and 2 prison guards. I'm beside myself with that. That has to change.
The lawmakers say that that was one of the first things they noticed, that inmates outnumber the staff. They also say that employees tell them that they're working a lot of overtime to help cover open shifts. The group also said that technology needs a major upgrade, including the radio system and cameras. House Republicans have proposed a $21 million budget increase. Democrats today say $34 million would be needed at a minimum. State Senator Zach Walz also took aim at the state's claim that the Department of Corrections only has around a dozen unfilled positions. He says vacant jobs that are open for some time are scrubbed from the system, and that more than 260 need to still be filled.
These decisions have consequences. Corrections officers and the people who make this penitentiary work, they are your family, they are your friends, they are your neighbors, and they are public safety workers. They are keeping the state safe, and the decision to underfund this system has had deadly consequences for the state of Iowa.
Today's stop by state lawmakers is the first of several at Department of Corrections facilities here in Iowa.
What a great way to kick off the weekend in the weather department. Just a light breeze and sunshine.
Kind of a prelude, I think, to what we might get. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson. Scott.
Tim and Sophie, it's one of the nicest days that we've had in a while here in Sioux City, as we were able to have some more seasonal springtime temperatures out there. Looking at the almanac for today, our high temperature was able to step up to 66 this afternoon in Sioux City. That followed up a morning low of 45. Checking the high temperatures around the map, 63 in Lamar, 65 in Norfolk. The high temperature getting close to 70 in Tacoma, and the high temperature right around 60 degrees for Esterville and Sheldon. Low temperatures tonight will take a dip into the 30s. A week weak cold front expected to pass through tonight, but still the weekend in good shape and will really heat things up early next week. Stay tuned for the 9 on 9 forecast. Tim and Sophie.
All right, Scott, thanks. And it was just a perfect day for what a lot of folks don't like to do, spring cleaning. But that is exactly what several hundred folks did throughout the city today.
That's right. KCAU 9's Hannah Adamson joins us live from Sioux City, where the 2021 litter dish kicked off, and has more. Hannah?
Tim and Sophie, roughly 1,000 people gathered here at the Siouxland Expo Center right behind me to kick off this year's Litter Dash, then making their way throughout the downtown area. All throughout last month, the city invited community members, businesses, and schools to coordinate teams to pick up trash, all in an effort to beautify the downtown area and reduce the impact of litter on our environment. Now, 230 different organizations were represented at the Litter Dash, one of them the Boy Scouts. Coming up tonight at 10, we'll hear from Troop 100 and why they tell me their mission to keep their community clean isn't over just yet. Reporting live in downtown Sioux City, Hannah Adamson, KCAU 9 News.
All right, thanks, Hannah. And they had great weather for it, too. Well, Siouxlanders can look forward to the return of a summer favorite, and soon. Officials gathered at the Sioux City Public Library earlier this morning to announce several events that will be happening over the summer months, one of them being the return of the Farmers Market on Wednesday, May 5th. Sioux City Farmers Market manager Becky Barnes said the market will have 2 new vendors along with some returning ones.
Oh my gosh, like everyone is so excited. Our vendors are all excited. The community is excited. We're just all ready to hit the ground running.
The Sioux City Farmers Market takes place near the Tyson Event Center on Wednesdays and Saturdays from 8 in the morning until 1 p.m.
Thanks to an effort from Iowa State University Extension and Outreach and the Community Action Agency, 1,200 food boxes were handed out to Siouxland families today. Lewis and Clark Park hosting that event. It's part of the USDA Farmers to Families pickup program. The cars lined up along the stadium parking area and then were given packages filled with protein, vegetables, fruits, yogurt, as well as milk.
Not only helping out these individual families today that are able to pick up these boxes for their families, but it also helped out Iowa farmers, because with the USD program, this made sure that farmers who were struggling to sell their product last year were able to get that off the market.
And Potabom adds that they had a great turnout and that initially they weren't sure just how many families might participate. But by the end of the day, organizers were just hoping that they'd have enough to get to those in need. What a great effort, and today the weather certainly helped out as well.
Oh, yes. They couldn't have asked for better weather for that.
Some folks who are in jail aren't just serving their time. They've also found a way to help their communities.
How some inmates are using cookies to help out South Dakota families in need, coming up.
And it's been on the chillier side of things through most of the week, but it looks like we'll be able to warm things up this weekend, especially as we get into Monday of next week. Highs in the 80s there, but we are tracking some slight rain chances too. Your 9 on 9 forecast right after the break.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Tim Seaman, Sophie Erber, Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson, and Sports Director Jake Jones. This is KCAU 9 News at 6.
Unfortunately, I did not get a chance to get outside this afternoon, did you?
I didn't much either, just running errands, and now we're inside.
Yeah.
But this weekend, it seems like, Scott, will still have more opportunities.
Yeah, it looks like we should have some enjoyable weather here for Saturday and Sunday. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit cooler than today, but still in the 50s, and then we'll make it back into the 60s on Sunday. So the weekend looks to be in really good shape as we take a look outside here from our Ho Chung Center camera in downtown Sioux City. At this time, you can see that we have mostly sunny skies and some agreeable weather to kick off the weekend. Here's what's going on in Sioux City at this moment. The temperature is reported at 63. The wind is from the northwest at 16 miles per hour. It's been somewhat breezy at times today, but not too bad. 38% is the relative humidity, and our dew point now is at 37 in Sioux City. A cold front is stationed to our northwest. You can see that is beginning to drop the temperature as you move into central Nebraska and parts of South Dakota as well. It's just 36 in Rapid City and 37 in Aberdeen. Temperature now at 54 in Sioux Falls, but we're still hanging on to those 60s here around most of Siouxland at 63 in Sioux City. Some of the warmest conditions being reported in southern Siouxland at 69 in Takema. 59 degrees in Orange City and Sunday, so it looks like next weekend may even be nicer than this weekend. Well, here's a scene that hopefully we won't repeat for a while, an icy fountain. This picture comes to us from Cheryl up in Arnold's Park, Iowa. Thank you very much. Again, hopefully we can avoid seeing any more chilly situations like that. If you have some springtime photos that you want to share, hop on over to our website, SiouxlandProud.com, and send us your pictures. Tim and Sophie?
I'm ready to move out of this confused season and onto the warm weather.
It is, that's for sure. Well, if you're a bike owner, and I speak of the motorized version, today would have been one of those days you might want to take a ride.
I'm personally not, but many are. Those only could have really asked for a better day. They might need a brand new bike, though. For the 6th year in a row, KCAU 9 News is the proud sponsor of the Pete Godey Memorial Motorcycle Raffle. Tickets are $100 for a chance to win the motorcycle, but the drawing is this Sunday, so you don't have a lot of time.
And again, the proceeds will go toward the Iowa chapter of the ALS Association, and to purchase those tickets or learn more about the raffle, all you have to do is visit our website. The drawing comes up this Sunday, so if you're interested, make sure you do get your ticket spot. Again, you'll find it all at SiouxlandProud.com.
That's right. Prison inmates are serving time for their crimes, but that doesn't mean they can't also give back to the community.
Boxes of Girl Scout cookies have turned into a way to give back to feeding folks in South Dakota. A special delivery of Girl Scout cookies is proving that it can be more than just satisfying as a sweet treat, maybe taking care of a sweet tooth.
I need to find some Girl Scout cookies soon. That's all I know. South Dakota prison inmates are paying it forward, though, one box at a time. Perry Groton shares the story.
You can measure the spirit of giving by the truckload. These South Dakota prison inmates are loading up hundreds of surplus cookies donated by Girl Scouts Dakota Horizons in a shipment bound for the penitentiary.
I order tag-along and some orange.
The inmates will be able to eat the cookies in their cells.
And just like we all do and enjoy at times, and probably binge too much at times, right?
While the cookies are free, the inmates are in turn donating $5 a box, with all that money going to help feeding South Dakota.
So they're able to take that and then benefit and pass that along to other people who are in need, like Feeding South Dakota.
Feeding South Dakota has provided food for many of the inmates' families on the outside, so it's important to them to give back in any way they can.
We're excited to help out, you know what I'm saying, any way we can. It's no problem to what we do here, you know what I'm saying. These guys, they really do look out for us.
The inmates saved up pay from their prison jobs to make the donations.
We look forward to spending much as we can. There's a lot of guys that spend 40, you know what I'm saying? So it's all good.
White donated enough money for 5 boxes of cookies, an investment in the community, he says, that will pay off beyond the prison walls.
One day we have to go back to the community. We got family in the community, so yes, we care. We care deeply.
Nice gesture there.
Yeah, good way to give back. A tasty one, too. Well, switching gears now, KCAU 9 Sports Director Jake Jones is in the house. Jake, what you got tonight?
Well, Dorton Morningside facing off on the diamond today. We'll take a look at how the first game of the Two's twin bill played out coming up next in sports. With averages of nearly 4 points to go with 3 rebounds and nearly 2 assists per night.
Iceland. I mean, the weather won't bother him.
And nicknames are critical when you have a name like that.
I think Thor
the fact
will do.
That his first and last name are both Thor in some capacity.
Yep.
Yeah, that's usually what we stick with.
Just makes sense. Thanks, Jake.
We'll check in for a final forecast. First, let's take you outside right now on this Friday night here in our tower cam here in Siouxland. Not a bad night to be on a longboard. We just missed him on our screen out on campus. Of course, we can't time live TV, but again, not a bad night to be wandering around and a good entrance to the weekend.
Yeah, it should be a good weekend out there. Expecting to have some seasonal springtime conditions. Tonight, though, will be somewhat chilly as it looks like we'll dip to a low of 36. Tomorrow, we're on pace for a high of 57 degrees in the afternoon, mostly sunny and a notch cooler than today, but we should be able to work back to 67 on Sunday afternoon. Small chance of an early shower there. Monday should be dry and windy with a high of 82. And following up that, we have a chance of some showers and storms cooling back off into the 60s.
Parks, skateboard, and other, probably a pretty popular spot this weekend.
Good destinations, yeah.
We hope you join us again at 10. Until then, have a great evening, everyone.
Good night.